One thing that's going to be more controversial outside of a popular shonen anime is going to be the Shounen Women lead. Women in shonen anime has been a constant conversation over the years, really striking back with the big three series. Sakura, Nami, and Orihime being the representatives, with Nami undoubtedly being the more universally accepted in comparison to her peers. I don't think there's any way to beat around the bush, but one word people love to use to describe a woman lead is useless. If she doesn't do anything of action or is practically a burden to the MC, she's written off as a bad character or in many cases wasted potential. Majority of the time, this is definitely something that falls on the author and their writing. I think both Bleach and Naruto had some real issues with how women were used overall. They had their moments with certain characters, but overall, a lot of them felt as if they were forgotten or just completely underused. On the other hand, the bar with anime fans is practically in hell. It is so low that if a woman lead can have a balance of looking good and can throw some hands, that's all it takes for some people to throw them in the S-class writing category. There really is no standard with what makes a solid woman lead in comparison to the male counterparts writing, and there's not some instant fix that can happen overnight. Fast forward to modern day Jump, and we have quite a large lineup of women leads fitting into all sorts of positions within their respective series. There is no doubt that if there is one woman lead who gets an abundance of praise, it's Noelle Silva from Black Clover. Her only major shortcoming being a tsundere, but her development with her lack of confidence to becoming one of the strongest people amongst her royal family undoubtedly has appealed to many. Next to her is Maki Nobara from JJK, and then Ochiko Uraraka from My Hero Academia. A lot of people like Maki compared to Nobara for obvious reasons, and Ochiko has been in an awkward position. Looking at the weeklies only, I actually do prefer Ochiko more. I like her personality, her change in ideals, and most importantly, her long-term challenge that connects to Toga that's currently underway in the manga. However, because she's taken such a backseat role for so long and it's just now really been given some time to shine, she is overlooked, and I think that issue falls on Horikoshi. Then you have people like Fuko from Undead Unluck or Sarada from Boruto, and I think I don't need to explain much there because you never really hear much about either of them outside of Sarada doing cool Uchiha shit. One thing I commonly say is that I think there need to be more woman MC shonen series. Regardless if you believe in the false narrative that because shonen is aimed at the younger male audience, women MCs are less likely, there's no denying that times are changing. With more ideas and characters' sexualities becoming more accepted, I don't see why women leads can't be more incorporated into the MC role. Kill la Kill was my first anime where the MC was a woman, and I loved every second of it, being embraced by the magic of Studio Trigger as well. I truly don't think that outside of the group of hateful degenerates, the issue doesn't lie within the idea of a woman being in a more front seat role, but it's how they are written. When you're constantly a damsel in distress or displaying a lack of independence and integrity, it feels like you should not expect great things from that character. There are also many times where a character's arc is just completely assassinated. Hinata is a character that till this day I still don't know how to feel about, one of the strongest members of the Hyuga clan, and now she's rendered nothing more than Naruto's wife. I think it's a no-brainer that bi-weekly or monthly series overall have a lot more stronger leads in the current Shonen Jump lineup. Benio from Twin Star Exorcist and Chika Amatori from World Trigger undoubtedly has some of the best writing outside of them being badasses, but on an emotional and humane level. I see these elements applied to Noelle in various cases, so looking at her character, the praise checks out. However, of course, the monthly formula cannot keep up with the weekly conversation, and that leads me to the conclusion in which the anime community needs to look outside of the shonen bubble. I don't expect shonen fans to immediately look at romance series, even though that is a strong area to look at, but there are still other series that have plenty of great writing for women. My choice falls onto Yona from Yona of the Dawn, a series that I never watched the anime for and took to the manga only. Yona's journey of being privileged and blessed to a girl who walks amongst the dangers of the people has been nothing short of incredible. Not only is she the MC of the series, but has had great character development, both completely overriding the damsel in distress trope and being a leader who, even with all the power she is surrounded with, can stand on her own 2 feet. She is my standard, and shonen leads don't even come close, and I'm only getting started with branching out to the different genres. It's really difficult to get fans of a certain genre to broaden their horizons. On one hand, they have no need to if they don't feel they want to, but the problem with that is that the complaints and criticisms stay redundant and in a bubble. Even if your genre of the medium doesn't write women characters well, that does not speak for the entire medium. A lot of the time I expect romance, shoujo, or fantasy series to do it better because they're not limited to that formula and cliche and still within Shonen Jump. Those genres don't have to worry about breaking a mold because they aren't bound to one, yet Shonen Jump is a very formulaic magazine. Almost all the types of leads and characters are compared amongst themselves or their predecessors because that's all they can do. It simply comes down to the nature of the genre. For women characters in Jump, it doesn't help when the standard is already low enough, and when it's done well, it can be downplayed because it wasn't a high bar anyway. I know that as a male and considering the topic, this probably isn't my place to speak on the subject, but I genuinely do not care what your gender is in fiction. An author should be able to have a decent plan for any MC or leads, and when it falls flat, especially when women don't typically automatically get the MC role already, it can get frustrating for women anime fans especially. It's already hard enough to get decent representation of people of color in anime, and add the issue of gender on there as well, and you have a whole mission impossible. Nevertheless, until we actually see it, I stand by my argument that women MCs should be more common, and that tropes of damsel in distress or doing away with a character's potential completely should be handled a lot better. We should look past only the action moments and be excited to see the growth and development. The type of growth that will get the video essays people will make about characters like Guts or Eren, and only then will a common standard for women in anime be normalized outside of the few leads who make their presence known every other few years. I want everyone to win when they watch anime. I want there to be characters you can relate to or are happy to see on the screen because you share the same skin tone or religion with, and gender too is no exception. That's pretty much it from me though. As always, thank you for watching, and make sure to leave your thoughts and comments down below. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you guys in the next video.